What if I told you that males and females are different? Now, I'm obviously not the first person to make this not so startling observation. Charles Darwin himself wrote about differences between the sexes, and you and I could go to our local bookshop or Amazon and buy a copy of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus to realize that this is not an isolated phenomenon. In biology, when we talk about differences between the sexes, especially in terms of size or shape, we call this sexual dimorphism. And it can take a myriad of forms, from the quintessential mane of a male lion, to differences in body size in gorillas, to the ornate and showy tail of a male peacock. And this begs the question, why are males and females of the same species different? So to answer this, for my PhD research, I work with one of the most sexually dimorphic species on the planet, the northern elephant seal. Males and females show extreme differences in size, with males weighing up to 5,000 pounds, making females look dainty in comparison at only 1,000 to 2,000 pounds. And in addition to these differences in size, they also show differences in shape, with males having the very long nose that gives the species its name. And I was interested in how these differences in size and shape translate to differences in other aspects of their biology. And I specifically study feeding because it's a rather important process if you like living. I found that males and females use completely different feeding strategies when they're at sea. Males are continental shelf predators that feed at the bottom of the seafloor, whereas females travel throughout wide swaths of the North Pacific Ocean, feeding in the middle of the water column. And these differences in location and dive behavior translate to differences in foraging success. Males are much more successful than females on these trips, putting on nearly 5 times as much mass as females. But this comes at a cost. Males also have a much higher mortality rate compared to females, with about 90% of females surviving these at-sea trips compared to only 56% of males. So there's this trade-off in foraging success and survival, and this seems to be related to their life history. If you're a male, you need to get big quick so that you're competitive in male-male combat for access to females. And if you're lucky, you get to do that for 1 to 2 years, and then you die. Yes, but if you're a female, there's a lot less pressure to get big. Instead, you want to have a pup every year and live for a really long time. So males are adopting a high-risk, high-reward strategy, whereas females are adopting a lower-risk, lower-reward strategy. So together, my results have important implications when we think about the conservation and management of sexually dimorphic species. Because in northern elephant seals, what I've shown is that males and females aren't just different, they're essentially different species. Thank you.